Hello guys and welcome back to this channel. So I'm just about to start my first trade of the day. Now today's trade is going to be so simple. I'm just going to be using what's chart analysis, right? It's just going to be breakout structure and just those little stuff. So obviously, what are we looking at this range? We can see that we had our last low right here. I know this will get messy, but just take your time. Our last low was right here. Sorry about that. So price went all the way up, creating this range right here. But so far so good. What we are interested is this level right here. You can obviously see that we actually broke through the high. But what high or what trend actually broke through the high, which is this trend right here. So obviously by analyzing it, you realize that we are having a change of character around this range. So price actually went through it. That is a change of character, right? Now, most of the times, just to be sure, I'll probably try my best and use a Fibonacci retracement to see whether price has actually retraced back to the 50% or the 61%. So obviously you can see that at the 50 between the 50% and the 61%, there was a fair value gap. Price just retraced back into that fair value gap. So what do we do? Because we know there's a change of character, we are actually hoping for price to come down to this range and break through this. Now, this is not the only thing you should actually consider. When you look closely at this level right here, there's really not a support zone. These are just price respecting this fair value gap right here. These are not support zones. So price needs a concrete support zone to be able to do what? To continue pushing all the way up. So in order for price to do that, price will equally either come all the way back down to these levels right here, or just come back all the way back down to this support zone right here before eventually pushing all the way up. So now that I know this, what do? I just go to a 1 minute time frame and execute my trade. Now, when I come back to a 1 minute time frame, what am I seeing? I can already see that price has begun to do what? To move. Obviously, you can see that we're having a trend line that just got broken. And I wasn't in this very fast. If I was in this, I would have actually gotten into this trade because this right here is a double high, meaning the short bar strategy would have been perfect for this trade, right? I would have just gotten into the trade immediately after this got broken and a stop loss above this range right here. But as you can see, price is coming back to retest what's the trend line. Obviously, it's still telling us that we are in a good trade, right? So obviously, this is going to be a 1 minute time frame entry, so it's not really going to hurt my account that much. So all I have to do is execute the trade. Now I'll be entering into two trades, and because the first one is quite large, I don't really have the distance to execute another really big trade again. So overall, this right here is going to be my stop loss for the day. Now, a lot of people actually don't really understand something about stop losses. So as you can see, that is it right there. So it doesn't mean I want to lose that money, no, but I just want to give price a briefing space to actually do what? Brief, right? Very simple. So far so good. This is the trade that I'll be executing today. I think we are probably pushing all the way down very seriously. We'll probably get through this and come all the way back down to this range right here. But so far so good. From this level all the way down, that would be huge profits, right? That would be around somewhere 33.27, right? So let's go ahead and calculate our profit margin. So 33.27 is quite far. I have to use a bigger time frame. So let's say the first TP 33.25. Still, I'm not getting to that range. I'll get about 50k from this, right? I think so. So this is the final TP right there. I won't be touching this trade, to be honest. I'll be touching this trade. Now, my second take profit, I'm not really going to take a profit early. I'm taking all profits around 33.25, because with this trend, I know where we are actually going to. So that's it. All right, so after a couple of minutes, as you can see, price dropped massively. It was a very nice trade, but we did retrace all the way back to the trend line, as you can see. So right now, I'm already in, but a very small trade, because I'm still waiting for a rejection before I can now execute a massive trade, right? So what we are currently looking at is the formation of the second wave. The first wave is price pushing all the way back down to the initial entry of this whole trend line right here. Now the second wave will be trying to take out this low right here. So all I'm waiting for is I'm actually hoping if price will actually reverse all the way back into this 5-hour gap right here, so that we can have that massive drop and I'll execute at least 0 points. I said 0 point, at least probably maybe a 6 standard lot or maybe a 5 standard lot, unless I check and see. So that is what I'm actually looking at. I don't want to over leverage myself. That's why I entered this smaller sizes, because the formation is not yet done. All right, so after the formation got done, price pushed all the way back down to this demand zone, and obviously you can see the massive reversal, right? Now, I did get into the 7 lot size, which is the bigger lot size that I was talking about, and you can see me getting out of the trade again. Why? Because after testing this demand zone, price is waking all the way up massively, despite me knowing that we are still in a downtrend and price can still push all the way down. It doesn't mean I should leave that trade hanging. I also went ahead and took out this trade at what, 13K, which was the 10 lot size that I actually entered firstly, right? Bringing this stop loss right here all the way down to what, 4K, meaning I was already left with only one single trade in this trend right here. I was already left with only one single trade. So what do I do? Of course, I'll go ahead and do what, add more trades, which is this low right here. I added a trade, and I already know price wasn't really going up. That was just a retracement. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and add another trade. So I entered into another trade lot size. Simple as that. And that was it. I kept my TP level at the lows right there, because I know price was pushing all the way down. So what do you think happened after this? Now, obviously, if I show you the aftermath, it doesn't really make any sense, because you guys have seen the beginning of the trade. You have to see the end, right? That was actually what I was thinking, because I wasn't really recording on my setup. So I just decided to record it on my phone instead. So this is the aftermath. I want to show you how price went all the way down to my TPs, as you can see. Very, very nice. Sometimes you don't really need a strategy to enter into a trade. Even reading the chart alone can land you a very beautiful what trade. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and try your best and learn strategies. Try your best and learn how to read the charts, and try your best and learn how to analyze the chart, right? So I just feel like adding this. Now, most of us traders, we actually forget where our priorities lies. Why am I saying this? A lot of us will come into the market and will be executing trades on the what? The 5 minute time frame, the 1 minute time frame, making all our analysis on this range. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people actually do this and it's very, very good for them. But as a beginner, or probably if you are not getting what you actually want in trading, meaning if you are still analyzing things wrong, understand that you are doing everything wrong. Because if you come into the market, the most important place you should look at, for instance, me per se, if I'm going to begin a week, the most important thing I go to is the what? The weekly time frame and the daily time frame. Why am I going to these levels? I know I can't trade on these places, right? I know I can't trade. I basically can't trade. It's impossible to trade here. But what is possible is if there is a what? A support and resistance on the weekly time frame, and price is pushing all the way down to it. Know that there is no way price will not get to it. So with this, I'm quite confident. I'm waiting for price to push all the way back to the weekly time frame support zone. Then I'll now go all the way down to the what? The 1 minute time frame, to look for a change of character, a rejection on that what? That weekly time frame, that support zone, so that I can execute my trade. So with this, I'm going according to the trend, and it's going to be a marvelous trade.